Hi there, I think I'm live. Welcome. If you're watching, I'm Sonal here, career strategist, live every single Friday. And this should be close to 100 and, I don't know, 28, 29 weeks. 128, 29 weeks. I hope everything is working as it should. This is the summer edition. I'm live from New Delhi. So we're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it brief. If you need any help, if I see your comments, I'm going to help you with, live while I'm here. I had some issues last time. People were commenting, but I couldn't see them. So hopefully that won't happen this time. So if you're watching, please put in a comment. Hopefully I will see it. Hopefully there'll be no tech snag. So I know there's a bit of a delay. So if you're watching and I'm live and everything is working, please come in and say hi. So we know you are here and I can say hello to you. And it's 5:30 evening, coming to you live from New Delhi with my chai. Welcome. Cheers. Mm. Oh boy, nice and hot. How's it going? How can I help? If you're watching, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Come in and say hello. Come in and tell us how your week has been. Let us help you. I see one comment. Hey, Saurabh. Good to know it's working. Thank you. Hey, nice to see you guys. Welcome. Welcome to Supercharged Fridays. Happy to hear. Let's get into the questions if you have any. I'm going to be live for a few minutes. Um, and if there's anything I can do to help, come in and tell me so I can say. So, good evening to people around. I see people in India. Good evening. Lovely to see you guys. Video is not visible. Ah, okay. So, must be a delay. Okay. I'm glad it's okay. You made me nervous for a sec. Good morning. A special shout out to Dan Roth, who is in California. So, that is 5 a.m. for him. 5:30 p.m. in India. Dude, you are 12 and a half hours behind me right now. So that's a serious time difference. And thanks for being up and for watching. How can I help? So before I wait for your questions, I'm sure you're going to come in and you're going to have hopefully some things that I can help with. And hopefully I'll be able to do something. I'm sorry, lighting is not great today. It is what it is. All right, fab. So good evening, good afternoon, lovely. Hey, Hamad, how can I get a job in Canada? Good question, Hamad. So, Hamad, you reach out to people who are specialists. When which is like this, you don't want to talk to a generalist like me to some extent, right? If it's about going abroad, yeah, I have some opinions there and I've talked a lot about it. But if it's specific one geography, you want to talk to specialists who are who help people from that region, certain structures, certain processes, and there's also visa regulations. I'm not an expert in that, but you should definitely have a chat with them. And also Google this. You'll be surprised at the amount of resources you're going to find if you write how to get a job in this country, in this particular city. How do I get a job in Google? Specific. The more specific you are, the better. But having said that, I think the place you want to start is by focusing a little bit on your target network. And if you're starting from scratch, then look at people who are in the target geography already and start forming a network around you of recruiters, and plant that garden before you want flowers. You want to dig the well before you're thirsty, if you know what I mean, because you don't want to only reach out when you need something. You want to have that network work for you and you want to work for them. So reach out, stay in touch with people like that, and also see people who are 2-3 steps ahead of you, Hamad, who are already there in Canada, and what are the steps they did to get there, to closer to you, to the goal that you're looking for. You want to surround yourself with people who are a couple of steps ahead of you. I would say start with these places already. That's quite a bit, and with this, you should be able to get more help from a specialist. Thank you guys for joining. You are amazing. We have Slovenia here in the house. This is such a good question. Oi, I'm gonna butcher your name. I don't want to. Embiliakpo. Did I say that right? And my son is the flag nerd, so he would know your he would know your country before I would. I'll make sure I ask him as well. Dan, what matters is you're here now. That's all that matters. Hey, Sanchita, how do you handle the gaps in the career, right? It's so It's so common. This is such a good one. Sanchita, I've answered this question so many times, but I'm so glad you asked me this today. I was speaking with someone yesterday. He said, I haven't worked in a formal environment since 2017. And then we were chatting, and he talked about all the things he's been doing. Saw the death of a family member, had a newborn baby, went through a lot of caregiving for family members, took care of a lot of paperwork, formalities, wills, all of that stuff. Went through a company going through redundancy, all the paperwork behind the scenes. Went through a house renovation, complete nightmare in the middle of COVID. I was like, dude, did you just listen to yourself? Did you hear yourself? Because when you speak back, Sanchita, to someone, you're like, actually, it's not been a gap. I've actually been doing things. You gotta dig a bit deeper, see what have you been doing, and write down in a journal a couple of COVID stories. I would say do that. And do not think it has to be only in a classic corporate environment. I don't think it does. And I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, please. I don't want to sound like, conflict of interest, but it really, really, really helps to work with a coach because you don't see things the way a coach sees it, that extra pair of eyes, right? And we have an ego problem because when we think of a plumber, we think of a problem with our bathroom fittings, we think of a plumber, we think of a doctor. If suddenly my heart is fluttering a bit too much, I think of somebody who's a cardiac specialist. But when it comes to our career, we have an ego problem. We think we can sort it out. Just think of it as a specific problem and you can ask a specialist, right? There are career coaches around the world for all budgets. I would say if you're not able to solve this problem on your own, think about enlisting help. But in the meantime, showcase what you've been up to and also how you've been upgrading your skills. So hopefully that helps you. Okay. Fabulous. Thank you guys for joining. I'm glad it's been a good week for you. Hey, Vice. It's my first interview, reviews everything. Oh, Vice, you're going to crush it. You're going to be amazing. Just believe in yourself. And just remember, interviews are always two-sided. It's not like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. They're judging me. You're also judging them. It may not be the right place for you. Just go with that type of an open mind. Should be all right. Okay, Rich. It's been a wild week. Well, I'm glad it's Friday then. So I totally fell over. Hopefully, Sanchita, my answer helped you because I went into quite a bit of detail here. So hopefully that helps you a lot. Oh, yeah, got quite a few comments in the meantime while I was yakety yak. I didn't realize and I'm on my phone. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. Hey, job hopping, a big no-no? Depends. It depends. People who say it's a big no-no, what? Where? How long? Why? The devil is in the details. How, long, where, why? I'm just going to stay there for now. There's always more. Hey, Jeff, I'm at my in-laws' house in New Delhi. That's where I am. And I'm going to be in New Delhi till the end of August. So it's going to be a shorter, quicker version, summer version of Supercharged Fridays. Or if you're in India, this is more like monsoon version. Hey, Debashish, how do you handle situations in interviews when you have still no answer? You just don't have an answer and you have to present something. Okay? You don't have an answer and you have to present something. The fact that you have to present something, it means that you're in touch with them. Right? Not quite sure I follow. Debashish, could you clarify this? Have no answer, still you have to present something. Present it. And when you're done, just like a person in sales, ask for the sale. Right? At the end of it, say, so where are we now? What else would you like to know? Just be forthcoming. Be clear. You're not being arrogant. You're not being pushy. Saying, hopefully this answers your questions. Is there anything else I can help you with? Are there any questions that have been left unanswered? Say it like that. I think it should be okay. Sorry, this hair out of place. Hey there. How the global economy is shaping in the careers the next few years? Which job sectors are likely to go up? It's a great question. Saurabh, I had a podcast conversation with someone who's written all about blockchains, the blockchain of careers, and specifically from an HR point of view. I highly recommend you listen to it. It's with someone called Elizabeth Verghese. I think like we're going in the direction where tech is not a separate thing. Tech is part of life, right? Whether it's banking, finance, which are considered more traditional sort of sectors, manufacturing, automotive. It's just so things like tech are ingrained, embossed, deep, very much embedded. That's the word I was looking for, embedded. Which job sectors? So I would say definitely like what a lot of people know, AI, ML, but also leadership, right? Problem solving, all of that stuff. So there's a lot more, and you can check this out on the internet. You can Google it. But in the interest of time, I'm giving you the quick answer. Hey Navneet, sorry, I missed your question. From the point of view of the recruiter, is job hopping? Okay. So hopefully my answer helped as well. From the point of view of recruiter, it depends, right? From the point of view of recruiter, I mean, if you're just job hopping every couple of months and the reason was purely money, why? I mean, yes, you would look like a red flag if it's only money and you don't, if it's a mistake, you don't quite know what you were doing there and it wasn't the right fit. I get it. So it comes down to how you explain it, as opposed to job hopping because it just got bored. Because why will a company want to invest in you, right? Same thing. What do you do about notice period? Parishri, you have a couple of options. I'm just going to simplify it. You follow the notice period, or you ask your company and you negotiate it, and you see if you can shorten it because the other company is putting pressure. But the other company also understands that notice periods are not easy. So it comes down to negotiation. Just like we negotiate salaries, we can also negotiate notice periods. A lot of people don't realize that you can do that. You can do that. Just remember, I don't think in the world we live in, burning bridges is a good idea. Some people will just disappear. They'll disappear because the new company is calling them. Don't do that. Just life's too short. You'll make yourself unhappy, you'll make them unhappy. I don't think it's worth it. So either you follow it or you negotiate it and see if you can shorten it as much as possible. And keep the new company that you're in touch with, keep them posted on what's going on. Because they also have to be tolerant and understanding of the fact that you have a notice period. Hi, Reshma. I reached the third stage of interviews with the VP. What kind of questions should I expect? So, Reshma, you got to put yourself in his or her shoes, right? If they are more senior, what are they looking at? Is it more strategic, long-term thinking? Are they looking at bigger picture, the trees or the forest? So, where is the industry headed? How does the position contribute to the bottom line? Think big picture, BPT, big picture thinking. But also, please be prepared to ask this person questions. Don't just wait for them to ask you questions. Be prepared with a list of 3-4 questions that do two things. I'm going to be making a YouTube video on it. You want to ask questions that they make you look good. They look like you've done research and you've thought about it. You've done some preparation. And the other person enjoys answering. It's that sweet spot in the middle, the two Venn diagrams. So hopefully that will help as well. In pay negotiations, is it more important to set expectations on what you will and will not accept prior to the offer? Good question, Dan. You don't want to waste people's time, but at the same time, I don't know. This is a bit debated. Some people say you want to establish some boundaries upfront. I do not subscribe to that school of thought. I think that I need to wait it out and see what they have in mind. Typically, at the beginning, they will ask expectations. So if you have some ideas of expectations, if you've shared some range numbers which are comfortable for you, that are the bare minimum, not bare minimum, comfortable minimum for you, then I think with that, if it were not okay, they would already stop the process. But I personally don't like to do that prior to the offer because I need to see where they're going. And the offer is just the first step. And I know 83% of recruiters, with the permission of the hiring manager and the VP, they already have a little bit in their back pocket because usually the first offer is not the best offer. So with that, you should be good. That's something that I feel. But Dan, feel free to add because you're recruiting at Amazon. So what you see in the market in the US. Hey, Janet, good morning. Good morning, Kevin. Rocking the weekend. Hey, Gaurav. How do you get a sense of culture avoiding? Okay. Oh, such a good question, Gaurav. I'll give you a do and a don't. Don't do the lazy thing by asking, tell me something about the organization culture. Don't do that. A do that you can do is ask indirectly because the answers will tell you very clearly what the culture looks like. So, for example, tell me the type of performance that gets promoted within a year. What can I expect? So how would you know within 3 months or 6 months or 9 months that this position is a success, because you see what are they valuing. So what are the type of people, what are the type of traits that you look for that end up getting, in people that end up getting promoted to the next level. And ask about the COVID response in 2020, 2021, 2022. How's it been? Is it more presentism? Is it more, because remember that remote work is the opposite of micromanaging culture. Remember that. The people who are very comfortable with remote work are people who are generally comfortable giving trust. So asking those type of questions will help you get a very clear idea of culture as well. And there's so many other questions as well, and I've got a lot of information on this. Oh my gosh, where have I got it? I've contributed to articles in it, but also like you can ask about leadership styles, and that'll tell you a lot about culture as well, and talk about like how values which are written and how they are actually practiced. So with that, you should be good to go. Good luck. Hey, I have a video interview scheduled. Unfortunately, both the times panel members didn't join. Panel members were in a meeting. Not good. I'm sorry, Karthik. If it's happened once, I get it. Things happen. With companies, with you, something could have happened. So it's human. But if it's happened the second time, it's a red flag for me, Karthik. I wouldn't wait it. I wouldn't wait it out. I would look for something else in the meantime. And if they get back, I hope they apologize to you, Karthik, because they're taking advantage of your time. I mean, they're taking, not advantage, I'm sorry. They're taking your time for granted. And I'm sorry, not something I respect at all. Hey, Shailesh, what do you do if someone interviewed till the last round? They were shown around the office and then rejected. Yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry, that sucks. It stinks. So take your time to wallow and then write them a thank you and thank you for your time. And, I'd love to learn from you a couple of points that you feel that the other person was better at and that I could improve. And this would really help my future career. Ask them if they reply and they want to help you, say, I'd love to get on a 10-minute call with you. And if they do that, keep those learnings, write them somewhere and remember them and learn from them. And if they say, no, we can't, leave it, move on. Life is short. I'm sorry, rejection sucks, but on the other hand, it'll also teach you a lot about yourself. It's going to teach you a lot about other people as well. Okay. Hey, I just joined a company which did layoffs just 2 days after I joined. Oh boy. No, I understand. Don't abscond, please. If they've done it, I get it, right? If they wouldn't have hired you if they're going to lay you off. So don't be scared of it. But at the same time, if a recruiter calls, pay attention. That's what I will say. If a recruiter calls, don't say no, pay attention. Maybe you want to keep a few options open. Yeah, Parishi, I understand about notice period. It's a hot topic, which is a good news. Please understand it's a good problem to have as well. And maybe if you've just joined me, catch the replay. I talked about notice period as well. Hey, Ravindra, you're very welcome. I'm glad it's helped you. I think I missed Balwinder. Dan, thanks for flagging it. Balwinder, feel free to write your comment. And guys, if you can, please avoid the repetition of questions because then they get sort of buried. Thank you for being here. You're very appreciated. Should we reveal current and expected salaries when there are other organizations on behalf of the main company? If they're fake or not. It's a recruiter. Sometimes recruiters are doing market research and they want to know your current salary. I don't know how you can know that. You can check out LinkedIn. You can see if they have any profiles. Have they done any posts? Do they have any people in the company? Does it look like a one-person show? Do they look like they just started 2 days ago? I'm glad you're asking this question. Don't share this with any random Tom, Dick, or Harry. And sometimes the questions are not even valid. Like they're not even hiring and they still want to know. And keep in mind, in some cities and some countries, this question is actually not even legal. What is your current salary, right? So I'm glad your antenna goes up. I don't see a future in my current job. How do I take a next step? Okay, Nitesh, you want to figure out what you want. You want to figure out what you don't want. Because the last thing you want to do is apply randomly somewhere and then reach a place and then realize there's no future in that place again. So this time, spend some more time in research on yourself before you do it on the market, because you want to figure out your own strengths, values, what makes you happy, what are you really good at, all of that stuff. If either you do this with a coach or you do this yourself, but take some more time and reflect on where you see your career going and taking charge of your career. So I'm glad you're asking. It's a good question. Dan says, like, Dan's a recruiter at Amazon, right? He's saying he passed over a candidate who was at a different job every night. We talked about the job hopping thing, right? So Dan, it's a red flag for you. It was not just the fact that it was 9 months, but also why was he leaving, right? Not necessarily helpful. How do you identify strengths and weaknesses? Most common questions in an interview. So in as far as the uh, weaknesses is concerned, I have a video on it already on YouTube, so check that out. And strengths, you can identify. You can do some free strengths tests online, and that'll give you an idea. But you can also ask trusted people for their thoughts, Sajjan, on, and you will also be able to validate those if you agree with it as well. All right. I'm a recruiter's looking for immediately joining, but the company's relieving me in 3 months. Ah, man, sounds like it's a really common one. I addressed this, so catch the replay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being back. All right. I want to change my domain from core from A to B, but still having rejections due to a mechanical engineering background. So what do you want to do, random guy? What you want to do is you want to have messaging which is crystal clear. And the messaging doesn't only work if you are uh, a ready, plug and play kind of candidate. That doesn't mean only you will get selected and others won't. What it means is you want to help them, you want to hold their hand, and you want to show that the thing that you've done is relevant to the positions you want. Those are called transferable skills. Google the term transferable skills, and that'll help you to um, adapt the messaging and to tweak it in such a way that it addresses the immediate pain areas and the problems of the company you're interested in. If you don't do that, HR or recruiter doesn't see it. So their first reaction is to reject. Do yourself a favor and work on this exercise. All right? Good luck. Is permanent work from home considered rude? No, I don't think so. Consider the work can be done efficiently and effectively. I've seen a lot of resignations where managements are. I mean, it's a very hot topic, right? I don't think there is a clear answer for everyone. And I think everybody's situation is different. And I think it also depends on the age and stage of your life. People who are more sort of just starting their early career, you move to a big city, you're maybe sharing your apartment with 3 people, 4 people. You don't want to work from home. You have no space. You have no personal space. You want to go to the office. That's also a place for socialization, right? Mid-career, let's say you start a family, you're having kids, you want to have some more balance, and then later career, kids are off to college, etc. So it's really varied. If you want to do 100% remote, then be clear that you want to do 100% remote. That's absolutely fine. I don't think it's considered rude. It's just that there is no one size fits all, and 100% remote is not the be all and end all and it'll make everyone happy. I don't think so. It's not for everyone. It's very lonely, let's face it. And I'm not like crapping all over it. There's some great things about permanent working from home, but you want to have that balance in a company where you've got work from home, but at once in a while they'd call people because it's, from a collaboration point of view, it makes a big difference as well. But I don't think if people are resigning, I think it's more to do with the fact that maybe the culture, they want everything to be the way it was pre 2019. Things have changed, and some companies want that, and they're craving that. People don't want that anymore because they realized actually we were miserable. So it's a much more complicated topic. Thank you, Dan, for sharing. This is really helpful. I'm a new grad and I tried negotiating with HR. Okay, it's fixed. Then you can't. If you can't, you can't, Rim Jim. I have so many negotiation videos on my YouTube channel. You've probably seen them. But in some cases, it's not possible. So you can always see if there are benefits, if there are any other advantages, perks outside of the salary which are negotiable. If they're not, they're not. At some point, you do need to know that it's not going to work. All right. I'm just going to take a couple of questions more, guys. It's the summer version of Supercharged Fridays. I'm off to my mom's house now, so I'm going to be just seeing a couple more. After onboarding, can we negotiate if we have a valid point? I would say avoid it, Gurudat, right away. If you've just joined a company, you want to negotiate. I'm not sure. Not sure, dude. Right away. I've answered this many times. It might be considered like strange. Like, why did you not ask before? Maybe you can ask in a few months, and there's set periods of performance reviews and things like that, but not right away. Personally, not a fan. Not a fan. Hey Kyle, thank you. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you being here. Shailesh, same with you. How do you present counter offer? Any suggestions? Yes, I have at least 7 videos on my YouTube channel on a playlist called How to Negotiate Like a Pro. Take advantage, do it. It's there for a reason. All right. Uh, okay. Always keep your options open. Thank you, LinkedIn user, for being here. Please identify yourself so I know you're here. Seeing a lot of questions on notice periods as well. Rich is asking, you ever have to attend an after work function on a Wednesday, attended by the 2 folks you interviewed with on Monday, and of course the decision is still pending? Oh, that is awkward. You can make it. You can just say, "Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting running into you. How are you?" Make small talk. You'll be fine. It is awkward, but you know what? It's also awkward for them. It's awkward for them as well. How do you handle it if a company recruits you and puts you on the bench immediately? Oh my God, that's not nice, Prachi. I'm sorry that's happened. You can make yourself heard loudly, like, "Hey, I'm so excited to join here. Give it a little bit of time. Take advantage. Maybe there's things you can do. Listen, you're getting paid. You do anything. Take advantage. See something. Do a course. But if it goes on much longer than they said it would, I would start keeping my eyes around, keeping my eyes open outside. Understand the motivation behind the job changes. Exactly, exactly. Hey Sanchita, feel free to connect with me on my website. I have all the information. You can check that out. Advertising. And you want to get into advertising from IT? Yeah. Check out my YouTube video, Venkatesh, on changing careers. There's a step-by-step, 7-step process, and you'll get lots of detailed information, and you're going to have a lot of homework that you're going to have to do. Do it. It's worth it. Okay? In the last round, companies are looking for a marketing plan. You submit it and then they get rejected. There could be various reasons, right? It could be that you did a plan, but they liked somebody else's better. Could it be that they're taking advantage? Could be. Are you there? I don't know. It could be. But this is why something like this you shouldn't spend more than a couple of hours doing, because otherwise, free consulting, that's a low blow. No, I agree. Felicia, thank you for joining. Now I know who you are. Okay, Dheeraj, couple more questions and then I am off to the races. Should we respond to a mail asking for a resume? 95% nothing moves. No, good question, Dheeraj. Don't if it's a random email and it's not targeted to you, but you can see that it's been sent to a bunch of people and it's like a unsubscribe at the bottom. It's a list. Don't. These are usually fake profiles or they're building a database. But if it's a person, you can see it, then you can, because I think a resume for me is a very sacred document. I have people on watching me live who are students of mine of the resume course that I have made. For me, a resume is a sacred document. I wouldn't share it with random people. There could be people who copy it. There could be people who just are building a database. Really, don't share it so many times. Is it a good idea to ask for a job in an interview, at least an interview for spouse during negotiation? I wouldn't. I wouldn't ask for interview. I wouldn't ask for a job. Saurabh, what I would do is I would ask for advice. That my she or he but only after you've got the job. I would wait after you've got the job, after you've signed something, not below that. Okay. Hey Shivam, thank you. Oh my gosh, I am so looking forward to Pani Puri. You know me well. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Quickie, 30 minutes live on Superchat Fridays. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. If you find any interesting comments in there, connect with each other on LinkedIn. It's such a great platform. I know so many amazing people who've met each other through Superchat Fridays. It's a community. It's amazing. So I really appreciate you being here. You helped me finish my chai this evening here in India. So I hope you have a great day ahead if you're in North America, and of course, a great evening in Europe and Asia as well. Take care and see you next week, same time. Bye.